Good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to the channel. And welcome.
Afternoon,
Dave. Dave's in already. He's firedup.com. So, welcome back, Dave.
Thank you very much.
Part 2 of our practice of how to practice your short game, how to improve over the winter series-ish. Part 2. And we're now into bunkers. So we're going to hit 3 shots out of the bunker. As you'll have seen last week, we worked on our technique. We then played a downhill lie. We then played just a normal chip shot, and then we played one out of the rough. So we saw last week Dave struggled with his shot from in the bowl, the easiest shot we had, but one he struggled with. Now we're going to move into the bunker. So we're going to hit 3 shots out of the bunker, and we've got 3 flags here, obviously at the short game area at Waterfront. It is starting to throw it down, so me and Dave are going to battle on, but we're going to get him to hit 1 ball to each flag. So again, he's coming in here, he's going to reset, he's going to pick the flag that he wants to hit to, and he's going to execute the shot. So first up, no messing about, we're going to go for the short-sided chip shot or bunker shot. So Dave, if you can see between the rain,
Sandwich.
So sandwich is the club, he's going to open that up and we're going to play short-sided. So, not too bad, ran on a little bit, Dave. We've gone to probably 30 feet. So we could have possibly opened the club face a little bit more there.
Yeah.
But this one plays in nicely now to go for the second flag, which is in the middle. So whenever you're ready, Dave. Middle flag, good. So similar swing to last time. Very good. Great shot there, Dave. So a bigger swing. Nicely done. And now we're going to go to the furthest one. So the furthest one I'm going to say is 40 yards. Hopefully people can see amongst the rain. So, it's a very good point. I'd got you 50. So we've gone to the 50-degree, Dave, yeah?
Yep, we have.
Perfect. So we're going to do a very similar swing length here, and now we've got less loft, we know we'll get a little bit more forward momentum. So we used the loft correctly there. Came out very low, but got over the edge nicely, Dave, and it's gone well inside tour average to 4 feet. Very good.
I'll take it.
So, obviously there, Dave, what we've done is been able to see that the one you struggled with the most straight off the bat was this short-sided flag.
Yeah.
As we saw, we went to around about 30 feet. So,
yeah.
Obviously going away from this now, we would potentially do some more block practice on the shorter ones, but
yeah.
As a rule, very good.
Open the face a bit more. I didn't think I'd need to with it being wet sand, but
yeah,
right.
Open it up a little bit more. So what's the next shot, Dave?
Uphill lie.
Uphill lie, perfect. So we'll do that over there. So final lie we'd do as the awkward lies as in Dave's practice is an uphill lie. So it's one I see a lot, and I see a lot of people use the wrong loft. So the previous one in the rough, we were short-sided and we needed as much loft as Dave had got, so we went for the 56. Here we've got a lot of loft added to the club and we're now going longer. So we've now got around about a 15-20 yard shot, which I'll show you shortly. So here for Dave, he doesn't need to go for the most amount of loft because this slope is now turning his 50 into a 54, 56. So we need to think, is it going to be his 50 or is it going to be his pitching wedge? So on this occasion, Dave's practiced these at some point. What would you go for?
Well, normally for this distance I would have gone 50, but because of the added loft that you just spoken about, I mean we must be adding 15 degrees on here. I'm going to go for, I think, pitching wedge myself.
Perfect. So Dave's had a think there. Normally he would go for his 50, but I've made him question maybe is there even more slope on here, so he's going to go for his pitching wedge. So we'll hit his pitching wedge first. Hopefully it's the right club. If not, we know we can go down. But this is why we practice these lies, so Dave can practice different ones, practice different clubs, and improve his short game. So we can see there, Dave left the first two short, as you saw in the videos there, and then the third one he got past the hole and got a little bit closer. So part of it, yes, your third one more than likely should be a little bit better on occasion because you've started to bed it in, you've got a feel. But we saw straight away the club was right.
Yeah.
So we saw that Dave at first was going to choose the 52, which softer green here. Even when he walked up, that would have, and he didn't necessarily feel that, would have come up short and he'd have left himself a 15 footer plus. You can see the longest one we've got here is 7 feet. We've got a lot more chance of making it from there, so Dave could get out of there. But you see, through the video last week and through the video here now, we've done awkward lies. We've hit 3 different shots from them. We started to practice them, shots that we get on the golf course more times than not, and ones that I'm guessing 90% of you don't practice. You just practice the flat lie, perfect lie, or you have to practice off mats. So,
or just turn up the driving range and hit a few.
Or you just hit a few drives and get out there. So if you haven't got the practice facilities like we have here at Waterfront, then you can always do it out on the golf course. If you manage to get out in the evening and it's quiet, pop a couple of golf balls down, but make sure you repair your divots / pitch marks. I hope you're not taking divots on the green. But if anyone asks, it wasn't my idea. But make sure you get out there and practice, hit 3 shots, play the awkward lies, and start to improve your short game. So, first thing we did, we practiced Dave's technique. We practiced making sure his setup was correct, he got a good strike. Then we moved on to doing different awkward lies that he might get onto the golf course. And now to finish off his practice session, so we've been down here probably 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and you've been engaged, he's productive practice, he's not got bored, which most people do doing short game or putting, so he's still obviously involved. And what we finish now with is a game, so a challenge, something that we can make, get a score, start to have
drinking game.
It can be a drinking game if it's bad, Dave. Doesn't drink, Dave, only drinks coffee.
Yeah, just the coffee then.
So we're going to have a game, we're going to have a challenge where you set a benchmark, you start to give yourself something to work on. So we're going to do a game that's now called 25 or bust. So I will tag the video above, which I've done before on the channel. For amateurs, we're going to make it, and for Dave, a mid-handicapper, we're going to make it 35 or bust. So 5 shots, and you've got to get those within, as a combined, 35 feet, which is going to be 7 feet on average from the flag on all 5 shots. So you could have one that goes to 3 feet, you could then have one goes to 10 feet, you're still in the game. So we're going to pick 5 different lies now. Dave's going to hit them, we're going to film those, and we're going to count them up as we go along. And if Dave busts, Dave's getting the round in.
Coffee's obviously.
Okay, so first shot up, we'll change that lie because it was in a pothole. So first shot here, we're going to go to the flag the closest to us, so I'd say that's a 15-yard chip shot. Dave's thought about how he would throw the ball, and what colour have you gone with, Dave?
Sandwich 56.
He's gone with 56 to throw it up and over this, and then let it run down to the hole. So again, we know we've got 5 shots, they have to be inside 7 feet on average. And if he goes over 35, I will be having a nice orange and lemonade. So obviously, depending on your handicap level, you can change this drill to fit you. So if you was closer to 20 or 20 and above, you'd be looking at making it something that on average you want to hit it to 10 to 15 feet. So give yourself something, whether it's 45 or bust, or it's 50 or bust. Ran on there for Dave, maybe I was putting him off. Right, let's go and count that one up and let's see what he's off to a start with. So Dave, count it as out, so
About 3 feet.
a stride is 3 feet, yeah. 2, 3, 4. 4 and a foot.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that's 13 feet to start with, not funny start, Dave. Right, next one, and the one we know you didn't like last week, we're going to go into the bowl. Okay, Dave, so roll it in there. Sorry, there, trying to place, folks. I mean, it's unbelievable. Just trying all the tricks in the book now. Right, we're going to go short-sided again, so this close one from here. So, club selection, Dave?
Sand wedge again.
Sand wedge again, so let's go.
I was thinking we were going for the further one, but...
Oh no, I've tricked you. Right, so take your time, Dave. Good routine. So a couple of practice swings. Very good, so good setup there. Perfect. Delightful. Let's see. 13 feet so far. That is more like it, Dave. Let's have a count up. So again, a good routine there, Dave. Right, club selection. Did you hit your landing zone?
Yeah. Landing zone was kind of anywhere between there and there, because I thought the further it went, the more it had spin. So one way or the other, it was going to be relatively close if I hit that zone. Right, let's see. How many feet are we saying? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 17, so we're closing back into where we want to be. I'm now going to go for Dave's favourite, and we're going to go in the trap. Which pin?
We're going to go to the middle pin, which we know from earlier hit a good shot. So roll it in, Dave, from here. No messing about. Right, play it as it lies. Pitched a bit long, let's give it a count up. So Dave, although it is slightly de-greened, we would say,
yeah,
how many paces is it? Let's have a look.
1, 2, 3.
So 9 feet, so that takes us to 26 feet.
Yeah, I don't think that's bad out of that bunker, mate.
Again, I've made this very tough for Dave, so 35 feet is probably a little bit too low for Dave's handicap. We would be closer to maybe 40 feet, but I want to drink off Dave. So next shot, let's have a little bit of thick rough. Hopefully he's remembered how to play this shot. So Dave, on 26 feet, you need a good one here, because otherwise you're going to leave yourself too much to do at the end. So
you're thinking more about a free drink though, aren't you?
Free drink, it's looking good. So again, putting pressure onto your practice, whether it's a friend or with yourself, give yourself something to aim for. It's a bit more like on the golf course where you're playing for a score. So Dave, this is your time to shine. Ooh.
Bad bounce.
Oh, he's blaming bounces and everything.
I think it would have pitched, Mark.
Right, let's have a look. What have we got? 2 feet, 2 or 3 feet?
2.
Let's get your feet out. From this angle it's looking closer to 3.
Yeah, alright.
Scammer. Right, 29. So Dave has got 6 feet to play with. Otherwise it's my round, and where should we go? Yeah, I think up here. Right, we're going to go downhill out of this soggy mud, just to make it easy for Dave. So a real winter lie, and he has practiced this one. So we're going to go from here, and we're going to go to the closest flag to give him a chance.
From here?
From here. 6 feet. Let's have a look at the lie. Oh, it's just rolled into a mud patch. Well, Dave's gone to change club. Trusty hybrid.
Well, what you taught me, Chris, so...
That is the percentage play, and that was part of the trick play to put it there. Right, Dave, 6 feet. Otherwise, orange and lemonade. Para me. Oh, it's chasing on. Oh. Right, Dave, let's have a count up. To me that looks like it could be 6.5, and I hope
tight, is that, innit?
And I hope it is 6.5. Right, Dave.
You got to remember, I've got small feet.
Come on. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 5.5. Dave, 34.5 feet. When you've got it, you've got it. Under pressure, not like Leeds.
Oi.
You managed to hang on.
Could be worse, could be Arsenal.
That is very true. Right, so what we've done there, guys, is obviously give you an idea of how to set up a practice session. You'd see there, Dave, probably 35-40 minutes worth of practice. Yeah?
Bit of fun at the end.
Bit of fun at the end, and somehow it's...
a bit of pressure.
Yeah, a bit of pressure, just like on the golf course. So you've got to play the shots there and then as if you're on the golf course. And that's what I don't see enough in practice. You make it as easy as possible, you tee the ball up on a nice lie, you clip it to an easy shot, and you hit 25 balls and then go home. I'm a chipping wizard. Very unlikely when you get on the golf course, unfortunately. So that's how to practice. You know, we've got some different games and we'll go through some different challenges with Dave over the coming months and start to really test his short game, because we know that for me is a big part of where Dave's going to save shots and get down to hopefully a single figure handicap. So think about that, guys. Think about your practice, how it can be productive and how not to just waste time. We are going to go through how to practice productively with putting as well, because I know putting is another one that people get bored with because they don't really focus, don't get engaged in anything. There's no goal setting or anything. For example there, Dave, he knows 35 and bust is probably a more of a low, a mid single figure handicap's goal. And Dave's managed to achieve that, so he's setting himself goals. Next time we'd move that to 30 feet and bust, so he'd be happy to hit it to 6 foot on average and start to test himself to get better and better and better. So guys, hopefully you've enjoyed that. This video could be out in 2021, so if it is, Happy New Year. Might not be, so that'll be
Merry Christmas.
That's a, yeah, Merry Christmas. If not, both of those have been a waste of time. But and as for now, guys, we'll see you next week.
See you soon.